get it to record. Come on. Okay, there we
Cool.
go. So huh? Good.
Cool.
Okay, so we are recording now, I think. It should be recording. So I am so happy to have you here tonight. So as most of you know, I'm Jess. I'm the owner of Body Karma Studio. And I really do appreciate you taking this time. I'm super excited about this particular retreat. My family is from Ireland, and I actually even have an Irish passport, which is kind of cool. I was born here in America, though. So I'm really excited about this retreat because I'm excited to kind of go back to where my family was from and explore and learn. And we are so excited to have such a wonderful host tonight. So this retreat is really just about sharing a little bit about the experience, what we have planned, and kind of give you a feel for what's going on. And as I said in some of the emails I sent, there's no obligation. So if you are not already signed up, you don't have to. You can just come simply see if it resonates with you. Maybe you're inspired, or maybe you're just dreaming about it. And how cool is that? It's a rainy Monday night here in Connecticut. So what a great way to spend it dreaming about your next vacation. So one of the most special parts about this retreat is that we're staying at the Temple House Estate. This is a beautiful estate that I'm going to tell you more about later on, and Caroline's going to as well. I'm just going to let you know, though, that we are the only group there. So it's a very special thing when you can do that, when you can be the only group there. We're taking over the whole place, and we can show up to breakfast in our jammies and not worry about other people there. We can hang out in the sitting rooms at night. We can relax. We can create this community for ourselves, and we are the only ones there at that time. So we are incredibly lucky to have that location, and also incredibly lucky to have Caroline, our Irish host that's with us tonight. So she's going to tell you a lot about the estate and the area and all the fun things that we have planned, and kind of walk through the details. As I said, if you have questions, please feel free to jump in. Let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions that you guys have. So Caroline, thank you for being here tonight, and welcome to our little crew. And if you want to just introduce yourself, that would be great.
Hello, everybody. I am Caroline Holmes, and I have been hosting retreats for about 12 years now. I keep saying 10, but it is about 12 years at this point in time. I host only in Ireland. I'm originally from Dublin, County Dublin itself, which is, the capital city of Ireland. And but I host mostly over in Temple House, of course, and in the west of Ireland. Why do I do that? Because I believe that the west of Ireland is the most beautiful part of Ireland. I truly believe that. I think that part of Ireland is still untouched, still raw, still rugged. It's on the wild Atlantic. Now, I know you ladies are close to the water too, but this is one of the most beautiful places, I think, in Ireland. A bit wild. We have done many mystical retreats, and of course, very historic. There's very historic areas all around, from caves to mountaintops. There's a lot of in that area. And that's just adding on, the house that's 350 years old that you're staying in, that's been in that family for 350 years. Now, they did lose it for a little bit, and then they got it back. So it's seen some phenomenal times. It also has, on the estate itself, it has the ruins of the Knights Templar castle. So the Knights Templar have a great connection with Temple House Estate. And the ruins are there, and we do use the ruins. They're down by the lake, and we do use them for photographs, and just the history of the place is phenomenal. The family portraits are still up. They're on the stairways. They're in the bedrooms. There's still some furniture. There is a lot of the furniture there is still old antique furniture. Now, in saying that, the bathrooms are updated, thank the Lord. The bathrooms are all updated, and we have the great heating system in Temple House. The wood from the estate is actually used to heat the house. Now, you can imagine in a massive big house like that, big high ceilings, we keep the temperature at the same level all the time, at all times. So, but it's a beautiful big house, so it's unique. It's very unique in the way it's absolutely not a hotel. No two bedrooms are the same. There's no elevator. There's no shop in the foyer, none of that. We're the shop. If you need anything, you just tell us and we'll be the shop. And that's what happens, because you're out on this estate, so the driveway up to the house itself is a half a mile. That's the driveway alone. And normally what I do is when I pick up a group in Dublin, as soon as we get to the driveway, and especially for those that have come in on the midnight flights, we wake them up at the driveway. We'll wake them up at that point so they can see, as we approach the house. The land around the house is actually an Irish bog, and you have the lake, and there's many, many walks, and there's also maps in the foyer to let you know where if you're going somewhere, you want to take a 2K or you want to just do 1K or you just want to walk down to the lake itself. There are a few rowboats on the lake. I think there's 4 rowboat boats, and we do have as well, we have life jackets in the hallways. Let somebody know you're going out in the water. And also, Roderick is there himself, which is the owner, the heir to the estate is there, and he lives on site, and he will be there to help and guide with any kind of questions. There's also a bell you can ring, if you need something or you need help or you need somebody. Right, and we have the life jackets. We also have in the hallway. There's many Wellington boots, like farmers' boots that you can wear while you're out walking. It is a working farm, and also behind the house then is dilapidated old stables with cobblestones, and that's where we're going to have the bonfire as well. So there's a beautiful space there. I think in that area, when we're out driving, I was just saying this to Jess before we started, like when you're out driving, you're never far from somewhere gorgeous and historic. And we have the flexibility, and the driver, who's also from County Sligo, Kane O'Hara's from there too. So he will stop if there's something or some place that we want to see. There's a lot of waterfalls around there. What else is there? And of course, you're going to go into Sligo town itself. So when you go into the Sligo town itself, which is, of course, an old medieval town, you can do the wandering there yourselves as well. So I would just want to touch on yoga as well. There are yoga mats at Temple House. I wouldn't say they're Mandukas, but there are a lot of mats there. And there's also the most beautiful space, of course, because it's an exclusive use. You can come to class any way you want. And the room is warm, but there's also phenomenal glass. I don't know what you call it. There's, the glass in the ceiling. Not a skylight.
Oh, skylight.
Yeah, skylight,
I
right?
have a picture when we get to our slides. Yeah, when we get to our slides, I have a great picture of it.
Yeah, in that room. But the lovely part about that room is because the windows are so massive and big, there's great light. There's lovely light, and it's like the outdoors is inside. And there's another room in the house as well that has the French doors going out into the sunken Victorian garden as well. So there's a lot of colour, there's a lot of nature. And of course, there's a lot of native Irish birds in that area as well, if that's something that, people are interested in. Apparently, the daffodils have been there since the 1600s, the daffodils that keep coming back, and quite shocking to get. But it just shows you the age of this beautiful place, right? Absolutely, yeah. So,
Yeah.
the biggest question I always get asked about is, what about the Wi-Fi? Well, the Wi-Fi, there is Wi-Fi. There is Wi-Fi. Of course there's Wi-Fi. But I have to tell you, the walls are thick
Can I
stone
tell all
walls.
my people at home that there isn't, because I don't want them
Right.
bothering me?
I know, right?
I know. But that's the hope, that you'll stay present and, just immerse yourself
Yeah.
in this land, like fall into Ireland. I know, even when you're out visiting somewhere, if you can just take that moment, even to be alone by yourself on some of these ancient sites, just to take that few minutes, like to take in your own presence and how you're part of all this, this nature around you, for sure. Yeah. So,
Okay. Wow. So I feel like we're very lucky to have you. You are very passionate about this and really passionate about the area. And I love that. So I feel so lucky to have you helping us out with this retreat and really hosting us there. So let me turn on the slides so that way we can see some beautiful things aside from our beautiful faces.
let's see what
I have a few pictures. They're not great. They're not professionally done. Let's face it. It's just me and my one person show. All right. So, if I put my glasses on, look at that. I can see it. All right. So I don't know. It's not letting me go into present. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Present mode. All right. So mystical heart of Ireland. Can you guys all see that? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
I told you I'm not great at this. So.
No, you're good. You are perfect.
I'm gonna tell Joel you said that.
Okay, yeah, do that and see what he
I'm
says
gonna tell
back.
him to call you.
Yeah, yeah, I was gonna
He's
say
like,
you can just have him WhatsApp me.
exactly. Beth said I'm perfect. All right. So we are traveling to the mystical heart of Ireland. So this is a wellness and cultural retreat. We are going to be doing yoga. We are going to be doing a lot of wellness activities, but I love to make sure that we are learning the cultural aspects of any retreat we go on. So I just think it's a fun mix. It keeps everyone engaged. And also, just as a side note, I will just say before we get too far into it, everything is optional. So everything that we are offering you, the yoga classes, the various excursions, the hiking, the particular foods, things like that, they are optional. If you wake up one day and you go, I don't really feel like going on on an excursion today, I'm just going to go ahead and enjoy this beautiful house, you can do that. Or if you don't want to do the yoga, you can absolutely do that. Anything you want to skip, you can absolutely skip. None of this is written in stone for you. So we're going to be offering things as a group. But again, if you don't want to do anything, you don't have to. And it's just like yoga classes at the studio, right? I talk about it all the time. You can skip, change, or modify, and you can absolutely do that here. We are trying to give you a good smattering of really great experiences in this part of the world. But again, if you don't want to do something, you completely can skip it. You won't hurt anybody's feelings at all. All right. So let's go. So let's talk a little bit about where we're going. So you're going to fly into Dublin. And for those of you that haven't flown into Dublin before, it is actually a very nice flight. You can take a direct right out of Bradley Airport in Hartford. And it's like a 6 or 7 hour flight, I believe. I can't remember. We did it last year. We used Dublin as our layover when we went to Italy. And it was wonderful. It was a direct flight. We parked right in the, like A5 parking lot or something. So it was $38 for 2 weeks of parking, which was phenomenal. And then got on and we boarded and we flew right to Dublin. So this retreat will actually start in the Dublin airport. So the day of the retreat start, Caroline will be meeting us there and we will be traveling from Dublin all the way up to Sligo with a couple stops in between. So Caroline, do you want to tell us a little bit about that journey?
Okay. All right. The majority of flights come in during the night. There are people sometimes, I've had guests that come the night before. I do have a lot of ladies coming from Connecticut actually in a couple of weeks in May, and they're coming in with JetBlue. I don't know if that's the hub, I'm not sure. But their flights, of course, are coming in at 9 a.m. in the morning, which is perfect time. If you can get your flight to a flight that lands before 10 a.m., as we do a pickup at noon. How do we meet? We find, I have a place in Dublin Airport where a small little restaurant, Terminal 1, where we all meet. If your flight's coming into Terminal 2, let me know and we'll find a way and we'll show you how to get over. And it's walking. It's within walking distance. Dublin Airport itself, there's just the 2 terminals and both are quite small. It's not, it's not a huge big airport, though we do have a lot of traffic coming in and out, but it's not a huge airport. I actually sent out a picture of the small restaurant, the Lansdowne, which is actually in Terminal 1. So everybody meets there, everybody, 9 times out of 10 they have yoga mats. And then when we get everybody together, and what we will also have is, Jessica, I don't know if you did this on your last retreat, but we do have the flight information beforehand and we know where everybody is travel-wise. And in Dublin Airport as well, we also know by looking, we have the carousel that tells us your flight has landed, your baggage is on the carousel. We know all those things. A lot of people now, I'm finding, everyone is traveling with hand luggage now. I don't know what's happening, but that's what a lot of people are doing at this point. So, but we know, and we allow for that. But I think from the time you land to the time you actually come out to the arrivals in Dublin Airport, I think, you're looking at 30 minutes at the most. You know what I mean? 30 minutes, maybe a little bit more, but nothing less. We don't leave anybody behind. We always hope that we have everybody. If there is a delay and somebody has a connecting flight, as long as we know, we can deal with it. Of course, as once we know. I've had ladies coming in from California that were stuck before. We can also work that out. But eventually we get everybody together in Terminal 1 at the Lansdowne, and then we start out, and what we do is we do have to walk over to the bus parking area, as of course, and as most airports, they don't allow buses park right outside the airport doors. So they will actually fine our poor guys. So we walk over, it's a 4-minute walk. So as soon as we get onto the road, what we do is it's about 2.5 hours to Sligo, actually to Temple House, but we stop along the way for a comfort break. Normally it's one break. We stop for 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Now, if there's a case where somebody needs to stop beforehand, just let us know. It's comfort. It's always about comfort. So if there's a situation where, you need to get the bus to stop, just let us know. But also remember, we're also going to be, a lot of highway driving, so we just need a little bit of noses to where we can find a place that I can actually pull in. So as soon as we get up to Temple House, then we should be at Temple House by 3:30ish. So the hope then is at that point where everybody will go to their room, which will already be allocated at that point. Everybody will go to their room. There's a big grand staircase that I'm sure you're going to see right here thank you, right here in the pictures. I love it. So this big staircase, this is the staircase to bring your case up. All right, so this is the big staircase here. And this here is the first floor, is what's known as the first floor. So the majority of the rooms are on this floor. There's 7 bedrooms on this floor. And then there's another floor up higher, which is up another staircase, which has 3 bedrooms. This floor is, there's not a room in the house that doesn't have a beautiful view. There really isn't. I would tell you the truth. There's not. Everywhere has lovely views. And also, because you're out in this estate, we're away from city lights. At night time, it's pitch black. Like, it's pitch dark at night time. Wait till you see the stars. It's quiet. So, and in the morning time, it's the same thing. Like, you're waking up in the morning, and you're waking up to birdsong. It's just beautiful. So in those bedrooms as well, there's a tea tray. It's a tea tray, a coffee tray, whatever you'd like to call it.
Okay, the bedrooms. There we go.
In the bedrooms, that's right. This here is a twin that we know, the brass twins. And this other one that's up on top is what's known as the half acre. Roderick's granny actually called that the half acre, that big bedroom here on the right hand side, because there's a little room off that which was actually the room for the maid. So the maid slept there beside, obviously, the lady of the house. And so all of these rooms, of course, have their own bathrooms. The majority of them have the bath and a shower. Some of them only have a shower. The water, of course, in Ireland, you can drink the water from the taps. And every day, the rooms are tidied. Tidied is the word I would use for it. Yes, midweek they change the sheets. They ask us to be gentle with the towels because of the eco-environment of it, because the towels, of course, are taken out to be laundered and whatever. There are no laundry washing facilities at Temple House. The kitchen that is there, and in the morning time when you go down, after class, breakfast is served individually, because there's a breakfast bar buffet type of thing, but also Roderick will be there, and he cooks personally an Irish breakfast in the morning times. So this big long table is one of the rooms. That's one of the rooms that's set up for dining. And then also, you see over here on the right hand side, sorry, I'm skipping around a little bit, but on the right hand side, that's the Knights Templar. And that photograph, I think, is one of my favorite photographs of the place. That's the morning mist coming up off the lake. And you can actually see that for the bedrooms, right? Yeah, quite spectacular. So, if you want to walk in the morning time before breakfast or whatever, there's obviously a window of time when breakfast is served in the morning time. And that window of time changes on when the teacher wants to organize her yoga class. All right, so then breakfast is served, and then normally after that, then we would start hitting the road. We'll get everybody together outside, and we will hit the road to go wherever we're going that day. All right. Okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Are we ready to talk about some of the places we're going?
Go right ahead. This is Carrickmore. Yes, absolutely. This cemetery's been there. Is as old as God, right? This is older than, Newgrange. It's older than the pyramids. This is a beautiful place to stop and take some photographs, and very mystical sites. These are the kinds of sites, maybe this would be a space here to do a gentle meditation, to bring in the energy of these spaces. Really, that's what I would suggest we do, right? When you're in this kind of a place, this is what I normally would do. We'll give time there. So this will be the first place, not necessarily in that order, right, Jessica? We don't know which order we're going to go in.
It's going to be, I think we talked about just figuring it out as we get closer when we see the weather and stuff like that, right?
Right, because everything is weather
Yeah.
dependent, but it is orange. It'll rain and then it'll stop. I'm sure we'll get into that when we get into, what to pack and all the rest of it. Has any of the group been to
Yeah.
Ireland before? No?
No,
You
but
have.
oh my
Christine, you've been to
God, I've
Ireland.
been to Stonehenge and I can't wait to go here.
Yeah, but the lovely part about this is Stonehenge, I know. But this is the part of Ireland is there's places in Ireland that are connected to, we'll say, like the likes of this Knocknaray. Knocknaray is a mountain, and the top of Queen Maeve herself is buried at the top of it. So these are the sites in Ireland that tell stories. They tell you the story, and there is there's a ritual. People bring a stone from their house and they'll put it on that cairn. That's just for people that are actually going to climb up and climb down. I don't know whether that's going to be on the agenda or what the plan is, but we will see these places. We'll just see these places. Don't be giving me all your stones to carry
So
up.
cool.
I'm on to you all, yeah. I can't move with the weight of the stones.
No, Bill's bringing a stone. I don't know how that's going to go in the luggage, but
Yes.
We
This
have to
lady with a
climb a
14
mountain
pound
and carry a
stone
stone. Yeah.
trying to get through Dublin
All
Airport,
right,
right?
we're moving on.
Okay, this here is Castlebond Castle, which is an absolute beautiful, beautiful place. You can't go into that castle, but you can take photographs close to it, in front of it. It's a beautiful walk around that area as well. So we will definitely be stopping there, and we'll take some photographs in there as well. Is this Sligo town? Sorry, is that Sligo? Looks like Sligo town to me.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think that was
Alright.
Sligo Town. Yeah.
All right. Sligo Town is a day that you'll just, you can wander around. Now, what we will do is we'll start the morning in the Abbey, in Sligo Abbey itself. We'll use one of their own tour guides, and we'll get the tour of the Abbey. Oh, we'll get the tour of the Abbey, and then from then afterwards, the tour of the Abbey, people can go where they want. And how will we all get back together again? At 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening, whenever Jessica decides, we'll meet at a certain place called the Glass House. You can't miss it. You can see it from all over Sligo. It's a hotel, Glass House Hotel. And the bus will take us back to Temple House in time for dinner. I think the plan is most nights we will be in Temple House for dinner. That's the plan. Right now, there's another day we're going to go and see a Halloween parade, and that has to be nailed down in stone because we might be out for dinner that night. That's not. It depends on where we are. It depends on how far away we are, and what time it is. Is it time for dinner or where we're at that point in time? As you can see, there's great flexibility. There's great flexibility, as in as Jess is just pointing out. Nothing's written in stone. Nobody's getting dragged anywhere. If you want to have a quiet day, and I can honestly say I have hosted hundreds of women, and I said that's them all the time. The day is your own. This is your holiday. I don't mind whatever you want. Just let me know what you're doing. So I'll make sure if you're staying on site that there's a meal provided for you. There's a lunch for you or something, and it's never happened. It's never happened. Everybody just comes. Now, in saying that, we also do keep the bus. They do, but we also keep the bus with us. So the bus is with us if you decide, okay, I went halfway up that hill, the ferries or whatever, and I'm done. I'm coming back down. I got a few photographs and I'm good. So then you'll have the driver there to take it to be there. So you have somewhere to go, somewhere to sit. The reason we keep the bus also with us as well, if there is a long walk, we're going somewhere, we're not going to be carrying your purses and your bags and everything else around you. They can stay on the bus, which is safe and secure. Okay, Halloween night, of course, we're going to bring in an Irish storyteller who will tell a story, of course, about the area, and we'll have right there exactly where it is, where all those people are with the lights. That was an old stable area, and in the middle of that, we light the fire in the middle of that. I don't know if you have any Reiki practitioners, but we did a little bit of Reiki in there one night too with a fire. It's a great spot. It's a great little spot, and it's up at the back of the house, so it's quite beautiful. I know. I say everywhere is beautiful. I know. Nobody has told me any different, and hopefully they never will. Hopefully they won't. But that's the story on there. So these places as well. When you look at these little places, I think it's important, if you can, to do your own bit of walking around there. find your own little space. I find artists sometimes they find themselves down in the boathouse, or you'll find them somewhere weird, like between two hedges, and that's where they find these spots. Especially when in the more earlier in the morning or even later in the evening as well. Yeah, the days flow and they flow fast, and we go out, after breakfast, and then before you know it, it's dinner time. After dinner, and Temple House has its own chef. So, of course, before we start off, we go through, dietary restrictions. Now, because there's been so many yoga retreats as well, we've gone all the way from, there isn't a diet, I don't think that we've come, a dietary restriction we haven't come across as of yet. And the same with those that can't have the Irish brown bread in the morning. We'll have something else that's gluten free, but we'll find a way to accommodate that. No one is going to be hungry. After dinner, we go back into the sitting room, the sitting area, and that's where we'll sit with the fire and we will have a coffee or a cup of tea or whatever. I find sometimes by the end of the evening, after dinner, a lot of people are tired. The day has been long. The first day, of course, like I'm assuming, like in most retreats, the first day it's kind of a little bit of a low day. So the first day we won't go far. It'll be a gentle day. I think that's the day we'll just go into Sligo town itself, which is 20 minutes from the house. So it's a wandering type of thing. And also, again, we will have Kane with us. And then if you decide, okay, we'll all be in the one WhatsApp. Is that right, Jessica? Is that correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you WhatsApp, right? You just WhatsApp everybody and you'll know where he is and you've had enough or whatever. Okay. You're not far from the house. As I said, it's about 20 minutes into Sligo town itself. Sligo town has a few little, artsy shops, and it's a beautiful river. So there's lovely walking space, beautiful streets to walk, that type of thing. If you're, like me, a people watcher, I don't know. But there's all those type of things. There's lots of little coffee shops to sit outside, obviously weather permitting. Now in Ireland, they have come into they're giving people blankets if you're sitting outside and everything else, and a hot water bottle I've actually seen quite recently. It was like, oh my God. But you know what I mean? So there's all those type of things. So when you're out there, like, the place is your oyster. So it's really, everyone has different choices on what they want to see and where they want to go. But we can talk about that beforehand. And we can also talk about, in Ireland, you can have your VAT back. If you buy something, you can claim the VAT back with your value added tax. You can claim back. You leave an envelope, you get the envelopes from the store you buy stuff in, and you can claim it back at Dublin Airport. And it goes back onto the credit card that you've used, the tax. So that's how that works. All right. I don't know whether anyone is also aware that when you leave Dublin, when you're leaving Ireland, you're also going to do American customs in Dublin Airport. Right. Did you do that, Christine?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So you do
We
American
actually
customs.
we went from Dublin and we did the whole Ireland, then we took the ferry over to England. So we actually went from London back to Dublin, and that's when we went through customs back too. So we didn't fly out of London. We went back to
You
Dublin.
went
It was
back
a
to Dublin.
connector. Yeah, and then straight to we went out of Bradley as well.
Okay. Okay. I'm assuming Bradley is an
Oh,
international
Bradley
airport.
Airport. Yes, I'm sorry.
It's in Connecticut. I
In
didn't even ask if it
Connecticut.
was. Yeah.
Connecticut. Sorry.
Okay. All
Forgot
right.
you were in Ireland.
No, but it's just, sometimes I don't even know when people tell me, they're in and something, and it's like, I don't know where that is, but I have to look it up. Okay, now I know, when Texas and all these, the short form is what I should say. But I do have a lovely friend in Connecticut as well too. So you've done it, so the easiest part, I think, when you do customs, when American customs, when you're leaving Ireland, on the other end of your journey, when you get back into the States, it's gentler for you. You literally walk out the door, right? Isn't that how it's done?
Yeah, it wasn't at all difficult.
No.
And quite frankly, I had some things shipped to me when I
Okay.
purchased them in the store, so I was kind of fortunate with that regard. But other than that, we had no trouble at all. We really weren't big spenders,
Okay. Yeah.
outside of the shipping.
Outside the shipping. Okay, but unfortunately, Christine, things have
Yeah.
changed a little bit with that now. All right, with the shipping. Okay, because of the taxes. So there's a little bit of thing there. It's just something to watch for as well.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and I don't know, if people want to have a whole day of shopping in an area, but I will say to anyone that's flying into Dublin Airport has a lot of the shops that you'll see across the country. the Woolen Mills, all those kind of places. They have shops, actually the same little shops in Dublin Airport. Now you're not going to have the same. Obviously, you're not going to have the same selection, but that's what you'll have there. You will. Oh my gosh, this is the room that has the glass.
Oh, sorry. I didn't
Glass
mean to get
ceiling.
I was trying
Thanks,
to see if
Jessica.
I had one.
I love
Sorry.
it. I love it. I love
I
it.
will say about the Dublin airport, because we flew through there.
Yes.
So we went through customs in the Dublin airport as well when we flew back from Italy. And when we flew back from Italy, we might have had to buy another bag and check
Yeah.
it because maybe I did a little too much shopping.
I know.
Shocking, I know.
I love it though. I love it.
And it really wasn't that bad. That airport, the customs there was so smooth. And that was just a few months ago, really, at this
Yeah.
point. So
Yeah.
it was very, very smooth.
Yeah.
I will say in our experience, I think Beth and Bill, I think you guys flew through there. Or maybe you were supposed to. I
No,
can't
no,
remember
we
now.
were supposed to. We're the people that show up a day and a half late.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
those
that's right.
people.
Yeah, no, you don't.
You're my
So-
people.
No, so you're going to love that we're going to show up early and do something in the area. So we'll actually be on time this year. But no, when we flew, Josh, when we
That's
flew
right.
home
Yeah.
with an extra bag because of all the ceramics, the Italian, it was fine. Going through customs was fine.
Right.
Even
Yeah.
coming
Yeah.
from Italy, not going through in Ireland, which is really
Oh,
what we
okay.
tried to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
Well, in Ireland, if you fly through there, it's such a nice little airport. It's actually very similar to our local airport in Connecticut.
Mhm.
2 terminals in each, tiny
Bradley?
airport, really
funny.
easy to navigate. Bradley
Yeah.
and the Dublin airport, both the
Right.
same.
Cool.
Right. Well, Jessica, I think for me, I feel as soon as, especially if you're coming in from the night flight, I like to have everybody out of there as soon as possible. To get them out of the
Yeah.
energy of the airport and get them out, get them on the road. And a lot of it's been my experience. A lot of people just go asleep anyway. They'll sleep to Sligo. Right, normally 9 times out of 10 people will sleep to Sligo. But when we do the comfort stop, I will ask them, do you want something here, or you want to get out and you want to walk, or do you want to stretch your legs, you need a washroom? And 9 times out of 10 they'll say no. But sometimes you never know. But these here, this yoga room, as you can see, you can just see one of the windows there. These wooden floorboards, I don't know how old they are, phenomenal. And as you can see, these lovely yoga mats, which all belong to me, and not one of them match. But that's what's there. That's what's available. All right. That wouldn't say that they're
as a gift to everybody, and I owe some of you, I will provide you a travel yoga mat. So as a gift, when you sign up, you get a travel yoga mat from me, and it's great. It folds down into squares. It's 13 by 13 little squares, and then it's about, I want to say, maybe 5 or 6 inches thick the way it folds. It only weighs about, I want to say it was like 13 ounces when I weighed it. So it's very tiny. So you're welcome to just bring that and then fold it. And last year, actually, what I did is that I ended up cutting it up after the retreat and used it for padding for everything in my in my packing from all of the stuff I bought.
I love it.
I had glass bottles of olive oil. So it was great for that too.
Perfect.
So you will get a yoga mat that you can take.
But you know what, Jessica? If somebody wanted some extra padding, they could put that yoga mat on top of one of those. You could double it up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's available for you there. Okay, there's Wi-Fi in that room for music, and it's also in a very quiet part of the house. So it really is. It's not that it's isolated, but it's way down the other end of the
I love the ceiling.
It's absolutely
the
stunning.
skylighting thing.
And that
that's
beautiful
not a
ceiling.
skylight.
Yeah. It's beautiful. That ceiling was only done in the last, I think, 4 or 5 years, and was done by a grant for heritage homes in Ireland. And you can imagine, it's absolutely stunning. There's no doubt it's stunning. And when you're lying under, sometimes when I teach, I try and bring the heads together in a circle at the end, so they're underneath that. When we finish in Shavasana, right? So they have that sun in their face. Yeah, that's just a thought.
Wow.
Yeah. I know.
That's beautiful.
Love it.
I have all these mad ideas, and then I'm thinking, what am I saying? I have everybody backwards.
So many things to remember.
I'd be going around with the big bossy
Oh.
clipboard. I have to get myself a clipboard. Yeah. So that's the story. So that's the room. And then, the thing with that room as well, it was just great, at nighttime, we light it up with candles if we're going to do a night meditation or a little bit of nidra or whatever's on the agenda. As you can see, I can see a tree actually there at the moment in time. But it is lovely in the morning time. I think, when you do get into the end of class, if you, turn off music and you just listen to the noise, the sounds from outside too, it's very beautiful. Yeah, I think, is there another slide, Jess, or are we good?
So there is just a little slide. So the investment for this is $5,995 per person plus whatever taxes. And there is a single occupancy supplement. So if you are coming on your own, there is a supplement. We do have a payment plan. So to reserve your spot, it is an $800 deposit. And then from there, typically what I do is I split it up, whatever your balance is, I split it up over a number of months between now until September or October, depending on the dates. You'll have whatever number of months it is, and we'll just divide it up. So it makes it really easy to commit to this and make it affordable. So you're only paying whatever few $100 a month to be able to go on this lovely retreat. Almost like we said, almost everything is included with this. What's not included, I think I have a slide. No, I guess I don't have a slide for that. I was joking. Your airfare is not included in this. And any meals we have off-site. So breakfast is included every day. Most dinners when we are at Temple House will be included. And if we are at Temple House for lunch, that will also be included. But if we're out on the road, this way everybody can get what they want. If you were out traveling and stuff like that, that is not included in the price. The only other things not included are any additional tips and gratuity, obviously, any shopping, anything like that. And alcohol. So I do believe, Caroline, I believe you said Temple House has like an honor bar where you write down what you want. I usually will make sure that I pick some stuff up ahead of time. So we will have some stuff there, but all those little things, I'll make sure that we have some snacks and waters and stuff like that. But I just want to let you know what is included and what isn't included, but pretty much everything is included. All of the excursions are included that we mentioned tonight. If you do want to do something additional, if we have some downtime, if it's the day we're just hanging out at Temple House and you want to go do something, you certainly are welcome to. And I'm more than happy to help you organize it, but you would obviously have to pay for that if you decide that you want to go on a trip to, I don't know where, but anyway, you want to go see the Ring of Kerry in the middle of the trip, that's fine. You can absolutely do that, but that obviously is not something we're going to cover. So
no Ring of Kerry, they'll be lost. They won't be home for 10 hours. No,
I know, that's
never
true.
see you again.
See you in America.
Pops into my head for some reason.
Ring of Kerry. Okay, would you like me to briefly touch on the honor bar and the alcohol at Temple House? And then we can also we can talk about gratuities and stuff like that as well. The honor bar basically is as it says. There's a book, there's a huge big, not even a huge big, it's like a piece of furniture. And on top of the furniture, there are optics with spirits, as we would call them, liquor. It's not high shelf, low shelf. We don't have that. It's just your basic. There's quite a few different kinds. Your vodkas, your gins, basically that. There's a small little fridge that keeps beer cold. And also there's quite an extensive wine list. There is an extensive wine list that Roderick will show you before dinner. A lot of the ladies and past guests will share a bottle tonight, and then tomorrow night at dinner they bring back out that bottle again. They'll put it away with your name on it, they recork it, and they bring it back to you. At the end of the week, Roderick and yourself personally tally up your bar bill, basically, is how it's done. Okay. Of course, the night that you arrive, we'll have a little bit of a reception. Of course, the first round of drink will be on me. And then what we will do from then on in, as you choose, because sometimes the hope is also that, we will go into the drawing room or one of the sitting rooms pre-dinner, that we will have a pre-dinner drink and a chat before we go into dinner. Do people dress up for dinner? It's been normally, some sort of a fancy top or something, right? That's basically what it is. Like no ball gowns here, but that's basically where it was what we do. And we then we'll have dinner, and so we talk out the next day, the night before, right, Jessica? We'll go across the
Yeah.
next day. We will go through, does anybody need anything? The majority of people that I've ever had with me look for gravel for the roads, because some of the roads can be like country roads that we're driving on. It's not always highway driving, that type of thing. And the other thing that I would have ever been, sometimes the very first night, because of the time change, there's an issue with sleep, that type of thing. People have an issue falling asleep. So, and then the second night they don't because they're exhausted. So that's the type of thing. So, we're in there. The gratuity situation is basically the same ladies will take care of you in the house. They serve dinner, they do the rooms. So they're there for the week, the same ladies. So there is what we do then basically, and it's the same with the driver. The same driver's with you for the week. So the gratuity is what everybody was giving. We just came up with this number. It's not expected. It's appreciated. Absolutely it is. So basically, if everybody gives, the group, per person gives €20 for the driver and gives €20 for the girls of the house, that's a fabulous thing. That's where you would be. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's where normally we're at. Don't quote me on that, but that's where we're close to that. And once again, optional, optional, optional. The water in the taps, and there'll be ice water served at dinner all the time. And we'll also put out pitchers of water in the morning time for those after class. So to cut down on plastics at the house as well, to cut down as much as possible. As we say, the water is drinkable. It mightn't be as cold as everybody is used to or likes because it's coming from the tap, but we do have an ice machine.
Oh,
There's also there's a selection of herbal teas as well. And if you decide in the morning time I like a herbal tea instead of regular tea, I'll make sure you have those tea bags at night time. Okay. Is there something else I didn't cover?
is there coffee in the morning?
There is. There is coffee in the morning
Thank
because you
you.
do have a coffee tray, but it is instant. But there is a coffee fairy. And if you asked her to get you a French press in the morning, she might get it for you. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
I,
Well,
I'll
there's people
even
that
bring my
love
own
that French
coffee if
press
I have
business.
I
to.
mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
but there's people that love the French
or
press. Yeah, you could set it up the night before because you have your own kettle, right? Yeah, we'll set it up. Just give you the small French press. Not everybody likes instant coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker, so I don't know. But sometimes people like that, and that's all grand too. Yeah. So, well, I'm just trying to think of any other things that we haven't thought of. We obviously there'll be a packing list sent out. The things that you need to have, and or not need to have, but the things that would for your own comfort, of
Yeah.
course. You're not going to the Mediterranean. It will be cooler at night time. Will it be breezy in Ireland? Yes, of course it will be breezy. Depends on the higher up you go, of course. So those type of things. Umbrellas, don't waste your time. And also, of course, our electrical situation, right? Because we have a different power point, or not power point, our electrical point outlets are different currency, not currency, what do you current, than
Current.
in yeah, thank you, in North America. All right. So if you have any curling irons and stuff like that, you're going to need a transformer. All right. Every room has a hair dryer, and I think that's all I can think of to tell you now, to be honest with you. But I'm absolutely happy to answer any other questions in that area. Sometimes I forget some things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Beth, what do you have for a question, my dear?
Was
so
it? Go ahead.
close because I mean we're already committed. We're already coming. So
Okay, Beth.
like, what's the climate at
The
that
climate
time of the
is
year?
okay. At that time of the year, I think this is where you're going to be. You're going to be, you'll still be in the, obviously you'd be up in the pluses, but I would say still layer.
Okay.
I would just layer it all. And if you have a decent raincoat, like a decent raincoat to keep the water out,
Okay.
layer underneath that. It's the same
Excellent.
with the hats. The hat
All
is
right.
not for style. The hat is to keep your head warm. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you
Yeah,
know where I'm going, right?
I
It's
do.
like, yeah. So that's where you would be. I think the biggest thing always is comfortable shoes. If you're crippled out there with a pair of bad
Oh yeah,
shoes, you'll be
yeah.
miserable. You'll be just absolutely miserable. Yeah. So I think good, decent shoes, layer it up, and the same, if you have sweaters or to put on, take off, that type of
Mhm.
thing. If you're too hot, you can always leave it on the bus, right? You always
Yeah,
have
no,
that option.
I was good with shoes. I was worried about, yeah. So you
Yeah.
answered my question. Thank you.
All right. Do you want to talk
Um,
about food? Is
I
there anything? Go ahead, please. Go ahead, Beth. Go ahead.
So I have a really good packable down jacket, and I'll send you guys all the link when you sign up. It's from what's called 32 Degrees. That's the
Oh,
brand, and it's awesome. I use it all the time, and it's packable, and it folds, and it can squish right
Is
in.
it
So I'm gonna
waterproof?
bring that. It is waterproof. Yeah, it's
yeah,
waterproof. I'm gonna bring that, and then I'm also gonna bring like a non-down jacket, just to have both, and then obviously gloves and hats because there will be times like when we're at the parade, we
it'll be
might be out
cold.
at night,
Yeah,
and the weather there predicted by Google,
Oh yeah.
by Dr. Google, is similar to
yes,
the weather we have here at that time. So we want to just
yes,
make sure that we're prepared for everything.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
and then I
yeah.
guess my other question would be, what kind of Halloween costumes are we going to bring? Sorry.
Great idea.
We're all going to wear whatever you make for us, okay? We're on it.
I
Whatever you
mean,
make, I'm
Halloween,
in.
but in all seriousness, Halloween's a big deal. Do people wear costumes?
Not really. Not really. Now, maybe some that go into a pub. Now, I'm not sure. I can't say. I can't say. I don't want to commit on that one. You can do what you want, right? You can do what you want. It just does the same, please.
I'm wearing a tiara. Like
I love it. I love it. I love it. You be the lady of the
That is
house.
not a costume.
I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh.
that's just what I
My
wear
God.
on a Tuesday.
I know. I know. I know. No, in saying that, I do have a lady coming with me in May, and she's after buying herself one of these grand, big green dresses that she wants to take. She wants to take photographs on the ruins of the castle. Do you know what I mean? So it's like Gone with the Wind kind of madness,
Well,
but it's all gorgeous. Yeah, yeah, I love it. Why not? Yeah, why not? Now she's looking for a horse, but we have no horses. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, a
And we're
small
not getting any.
request.
We can't get insurance for the horses. Stop the horses. I'll get her a plastic one. She'll be grand. But that's the story on that. So I think, if anyone has any other questions, does anybody else? Where's that man? Does he want to ask a question? I'd love to hear it. No?
You
Come
said it
on.
was you said it was 20 minutes from the castle to the town. I assume that's driving.
Yes, yes, yes. But William, I believe, if you from Temple House into Sligo is about 20 25 minutes in a taxi. There's no we're out in an estate. We call taxis from the house, all the time, obviously for people that
Okay.
want to go in. And then when you're in Sligo town itself, of course there's a taxi rank. All right. And of course, I know a lot of people have Uber on their phone and stuff like that too. Right? So that's all doable as well.
Okay. Okay. So you can get into town.
You're
Great.
trying to
Thanks.
escape already? Is that what you're doing?
Well,
We'll
I'm
follow him. Jess, we'll follow him.
planning my morning walks.
Yes. Yeah. So it's, you're out in an estate, but I mean, you're not in the boonies. But, as I was saying, it's a half a mile up the driveway. But from Temple House itself, when we come even to the walls of Temple House, we're driving for a good 5 minutes and you're still passing by Temple House. That's how big that estate is. Like, it is
wow.
huge. Like 1,000 acres is a lot. Now he's telling me it's more, but it's a lot. It's a huge, big ground to cover. So that's when, if you are going out walking, take a map and try and keep the house in view. That's how I do it. So because I'm not great with yeah, absolutely, yeah, for sure. Because we will look for you at dinner time. We'll say, well, where's that person gone? So, is there anybody else has a question? No,
Well,
we're all good. Are we all good? Donna, nothing. Donna, you're good.
No, I'm
All right.
excited. It looks, I'm amazed. I didn't know it was going to
Oh,
be such a I have such personal service.
Donna, I have to tell you,
Yeah,
I have
absolutely.
had
Yeah.
women. I've had women come back 5 and 6 times.
Yeah,
I've been
I
so
mean,
You can
lucky.
bet.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
positively floored. And my daughter's best friend lives close there, so I do want to try and visit her.
oh,
Okay.
cool.
If you find out where
Oh,
she
that'll be
is she in
nice.
County Sligo? Is that where you think she's up in County
Well,
Sligo?
don't be asking me names now because
Yeah,
I
okay.
don't
Well, if
know.
you tell me where she is, and there'll be nothing, wherever she is, like if she's close or whatever, we'll talk about it. You know what I mean? Because I have another lady coming too, and she has family too that are going to come and visit
Oh,
her in the
wonderful.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're not far away. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, of course. Well, I think,
Yeah, I'll
if you
find out the details about
yeah,
that, but I thought that would be so much fun.
or it'd be lovely. I think the connection is huge. Absolutely, it's huge. Do we have Jessica, is there any other questions I might have missed out
I don't know,
on?
Christine, Gabrielle, any burning questions? No? Oh, okay. This is a suspiciously quiet group. I don't know. You guys know I get freaked out. Usually we're all loud and talking, but that's okay. I am so glad you guys were here tonight and got to hear everything. And I just want to really take the time to say thank you to all of you for really hanging in there. And special thanks, of course, to Caroline for being able to come and join us tonight. You know, I take these retreats very seriously. You know, this will be our third international retreat, and they're very special to me. You know, when we travel with everyone, I feel like we become family, becomes, you know, such a cohesive unit. And I really love to be able to bring that opportunity to our Body Karma Studio family. So this landscape is beautiful. I'm excited. I cannot wait to practice in that beautiful yoga room in Temple House of State. And I'm just excited about everything. So we do have a limited number of spots available, of course, because there are only 10 rooms. And also, I love small group things. If you've been to the studio, you know that we are huge fans of small group things. That's why I'm not trying to book somewhere that's huge and has this huge space, because I think there is something special about a small group. So if you are interested, you can see more on our website, and you can also reserve right on there. You just go ahead and put down your deposit. There is a button there you can click. And like I said, there are payment plans available to make this a little easier. And then, of course, I'm around. If you have more questions, if you want to know more of what's going on, if you need a little time to sit with me and talk, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm around. I'm usually in my office. I'm almost always at the studio now. And of course, you can call or text me. Let me know that you'd like to come in and chat about it. I'm absolutely happy to do that for any of you at any time, to just even go over details. So if you have any questions, like I said, let me know, or you can visit our website. It's bodykarmastudio.com. I did put the specific link in the chat to the retreat landing page. So if you'd like to go look at it, let me know, or go ahead and click on it. And then just really thank you. I'm really glad that you were able to take this time. And I really hope that I am going to be standing in Dublin Airport waiting for all of you to hop on that bus and join us in Sligo County in the fall, and just have such an awesome retreat. I'm really excited about it. So thank you all.
Thank you so
You
much.
want everybody enjoy your
Thank
day
you so
tomorrow,
much.
okay?
Thank
Good night,
you.
everybody.
Thank
Take
you.
good care.
Thank you,
Lovely
guys.
chatting with you. All right. I'll talk to you
Have a
soon,
great
love,
night.
okay? Okay. Take
Okay,
care.
Bye.
thank you.
Take care, everybody.
Bye. Have a great night.
Night night.